Happy New Day. Oh, you want to get in this? So you was asleep this whole time, and as soon as I press record and say Happy New Day, you want to get in this? Okay, she gonna stay down there. That's cool. Happy New Day. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. It's 2019. Yeah, time is flying. It waits for no one. Okay, so this video is sponsored. And the question is so funny to me. Because this is a sponsored video, I am deciding to be a little bit more organized with the points that I'm going to make. But the question, the title of this video is, what has happened in your trial and error process that has made you so stingy and bougie with your energy? Thank you, sponsor. Thank you for this this wonderful topic and this amusing question. I'm getting ready to enter into a new 7-year cycle. Yeah, I'm getting ready to be 35 years old. And I started this YouTube channel when I was 28. And prior to 28, oh man, just a never-ending list of stuff that I participated in, that I can look at and say that a lot of it was a waste of my time and energy. Even after 28, there have even been things that I've done recently to where I can look at those things and say, why did I do that? So I don't feel that I'm not going to continue to make mistakes in that area, but it's important that I minimize the amount of time and energy that I'm wasting as I move through life. Because when I look at how I was moving 10 years ago versus now, it's like night and day. And in going through a constant trial and error life, I'm here to find out what doesn't work. And I'm enjoying that. I used to have a hard time accepting that aspect of my nature, but it's very beneficial because in finding out what doesn't work, the whole purpose of that is to save time and energy. And when it comes to being someone who is constantly discovering the things that don't work and pretty much lead to dead ends, that's a way in which I can help other people if I have the opportunity to, and let them know, hey, I've been there, done that. I've experienced doing this particular thing or these particular things over and over again and getting the same results. And more than likely, if you try to do the same thing, it's going to turn out with the same result. And of course, everyone is entitled to see for themselves and try things out for themselves, but there's a reason that certain individuals are here to go through certain things and find out what doesn't work, and that is to help other people and save other people their time and energy from going into those things that are going to have the same results. So I've been feeling significant differences within my awareness, within my body, within my energy, and stillness has become more and more important for me, which again is an aspect that is completely opposite than what I was doing 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. I like storing my energy. I like living my life feeling like I always have a full tank of gas in my body. The way in which I'm hardwired is as a spontaneous, existential, splenic, moment-to-moment being. And my awareness of that has helped me tremendously, because I can see why I moved and engaged in a lot of different things in my past and experienced a lot of different situations. But I've learned how to be more strategic in being that type of person and being a spontaneous, splenic individual. And just because I am designed to operate moment to moment, I've realized that there are a lot of situations that I don't have to move in. And when I look back at previous situations, I was still operating moment to moment, but a lot of those situations, if I was more aware of myself, I wouldn't have moved at all. So in being splenic, I've always had this, do this thing, then jump to the next, then do this, then do that, and just a constant spreading out of my energy. And when you're in your teens and your when you're a child and your teenage years and your 20s, my perspective of that is, especially now that I'm past those stages, I see those stages as the time periods to where your body is getting, it's experimenting, and it's trying to figure out the world that it's in. It's testing out certain things, and it has a certain level of resiliency and energy to blow. It's like when you're younger, it's almost like your energy is equivalent to millions of dollars, but you don't have any discipline. You haven't learned anything about how to manage that money. So you're young and you have all of this vitality, and you don't have any direction. You haven't been taught how to manage it. So a lot of people just blast their energy all over the place. A lot of people abuse their bodies, put all types of stuff in their bodies, and just don't have any awareness of how to look at the energy that they have available in those time periods and cultivate that energy and appreciate that energy. Because of course, when you're younger, you don't know what it's like to be older. So even though you may have older people that try to give you certain pieces of advice to let you know, hey, don't get too crazy in your younger years, because, it's going to come a time to where you can't move the way that you're moving and do the things that you're doing, because your body is going to change as you get older. And when you're younger, you're not really trying to hear that. And I'm at a stage in my life to where I'm still close to those younger years, but I'm quickly approaching older years. And I don't want to wait until I'm in my 40s and then start having regrets, or it starts kicking in like, oh shoot, I'm really getting old now, or I'm really seeing the changes in my body. I feel that I can look at the older people around me and use that as wisdom now, and recognize that, okay, I may not age the same way as other people, but I'm still going to get older. My body is still going to change. My energy levels are going to change. So I feel that I'm in an age to where I can get on top of things, because I definitely didn't have the awareness or the discipline when I was in my earlier 20s. So now that I do, I feel that it's my responsibility that's if I want to minimize my chances of having illnesses and ailments and suffering in my body as I get older. It's my responsibility to do what I can now and, start being more responsible with my energy and with my time. So that's just where I'm at. I feel that there are many cases and more than enough evidence that show us how easy it is to ignore the things that we know can prevent certain situations from happening that we will ultimately regret. For instance, we have enough evidence to see that if you just eat unhealthy foods in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, more than likely, there are some people that don't end up with major situations, but more than likely you're going to have some health issues and some results from indulging in things that we know now aren't good for us, that aren't helpful to our bodies and don't put the nutrients in our bodies that we need. It doesn't replenish our body. It doesn't boost our energy. It doesn't assist in aging gracefully and the body still operating at an optimal level as it gets older. So that's just one out of many things that we can acknowledge as information and evidence that can be used to apply to our lives now before we get in certain age ranges to where results of neglect and results of toxic decisions catch up with us. Another thing is, and I think I've talked about this in previous videos, but if you don't know how to manage your time and your energy and how to be responsible for the way in which you're operating and moving in life, then you're going to come across other people that will manage you. And a lot of times it's not going to be for your best and highest good. So you're going to find that if you don't know how to not waste your time and energy, it's a magical thing that happens with that. So many people come out of nowhere. I mean, it's like they're just waiting. They're just waiting in queue to just like download into your life. And they're just there to be excellent allies in helping you to waste more of your time and energy. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people are available to help you waste your time and energy. I mean, they come out of the woodworks. Just, it's amazing. But it's not that beneficial. You don't get much out of those allies that are ready and always willing to help you waste your time and energy. So, like I usually say in my videos, you're the starting point. Everything starts with you. This is your life. And everyone is here to get different lessons. So there are a lot of people that aren't here to get this particular lesson. But this is a lesson that clearly my life was set up to get, because it's been something that has been consistently being shown to me, something that I have been consistently learning about. And I don't even feel as if I can stop myself from becoming more disciplined and responsible with how I use my time and my energy. I've had some great experiences in the past, and I don't regret anything. However, I can look at many situations and see what I would have done differently if I had the awareness that I have now back then. And one of the things that I appreciate in learning about my human design is, well, I appreciate everything, but one of the biggest things is understanding the life of a manifesting generator. And also like the different nuances that are part of my design, like being a single definition and having certain centers defined and certain centers undefined, and just seeing how that has literally played out my whole life, and seeing how easy it is to be out of control with that type of hardwiring, and to see times where my energy was just so fired up, and it was just moving too fast. It's been plenty of times to where I've experienced my energy just taking off and moving so fast to where it was overriding my better judgment. So it's like, you know, like a runaway train or something. It's like once it's gone, and then you don't have that awareness to know what's going on. You're just going. Eventually you will stop. But when you stop, you won't even realize all of what happened in the episode until later, when you reflect. And your energy comes down, and you realize that nothing nothing came out of it. Like you just, you know, you just ran this race. That's what it feels like. You just ran some type of race or was involved in some type of marathon, and you're looking around like, what did I just do that for? And I had plenty of times to where I felt horrible behind those moments. But now it's just different. It's really different because I just can't do that type of stuff anymore. I mean, I wasted hours, like hours in just like one episode. And I had countless episodes. So just thinking about how I could waste my time for hours in one situation. And I remember feeling, in everything that I can remember about those episodes, I remember feeling that it was not right. I remember feeling the energy being off, but I didn't know how to acknowledge that and trust it and actually move on it, to disconnect myself from those situations that were a waste of my time and energy. So now I can't, it's like my awareness and my body, my energy won't allow me to waste that type of time and energy like how I did before. But I still have had my moments, but the time wasted and the energy wasted has been very minimal. My visual to this is, imagine a car. Like how I said earlier, I like the feeling of having a full tank of gas. I like feeling that on a regular basis. I like sitting still and feeling my energy build up. I like knowing that I'm not mindlessly running around and blowing my energy in all types of situations that I really don't need to be doing. So just imagine a car, and in 2 days, you want to take a trip that's at least 300 miles away. And you know, when you fill your tank up, a full tank of gas on the highway gets you at least 300 miles. So let's say it's Monday and you plan on taking a road trip on Thursday. So Monday, you say, I'm going to fill my tank up. I'm going to get my snacks and whatever else I need for the road. And I'm going to chill out for the next 2 days and hit the road early on Thursday. The old me, would be real pumped, excited, you know, thinking that I'm being responsible, thinking that, you know, I'm ahead of things and I'm planning stuff out. Monday, go up and fill my tank up, go get my snacks, and whatever else I need for the road. And because my energy has kind of already taken off like that runaway train, I don't have the discipline or the awareness to really follow through with the plan. So instead of going home after I get what I need for the road on Thursday, I'm so excited that I'm like, man, I can't go home yet. I got a full tank of gas. It's stuff to do. It's a nice day out. Oh, what's that? Let me go over there. You know what? Let me, I start just, my mind, the mind rarely has your best interest at heart. The mind does not, the mind does not want to see you win majority of the time. It doesn't. So, you know, my energy is taken off. The only way it can be stopped is if, you know, it runs into a wall. So my mind is like, ooh, what's that over there? Ooh, you know what? Maybe I should get this. And maybe I should, you know, all of these things. Now I'm thinking about going to extra stores I don't need to go to. Now I'm thinking about people I don't need to think about. And I'm like, you know, I got the rest of today and 2 more days before I have to hit the road. I can go hang out with this person. I can go do this. Just getting further and further away from my center, from my responsibility, from the plan. So end up running around, blowing my energy all over the place in different directions. And next thing you know, I've because I just didn't want to go home and chill out for the next 2 days. Now, because I'm doing all of this extra driving, wasting the gas that I just bought for the trip, buying extra stuff that I don't need for the trip, now I got a flat tire. This didn't happen, but this is a perfect example of the type of things that happened to me in my trial and error process, and me being in my in my previous younger years working on it. Still got some time, but I'm working on it. So yeah, flat tire. So now I'm looking stupid. And now I'm regretting. Now I'm like, and there's no one to blame. It's just me. It's all me. I had the plan. I knew in the beginning what I needed to do. And I just didn't follow through. I didn't follow through. I didn't listen to my inner guidance. And more than likely, when I got the flat tire or get the flat tire in this situation, more than likely, I can think back to all of the moments throughout that day after I got my necessities and should have went home. I can remember all of the moments that my body gave me resistance with every mental decision that I made to do something else that I didn't need to be doing. I can remember every single moment to where I got something, some type of pinch, some type of something in my body to let me know, don't do that. Okay, she did it. All right. Oh, wow, she's about to do something else. Please don't do that. You don't want to just go home? No. Oh, she about to do something. Oh, wow. So she's just going. She's going. Don't do that one. No, please stop. No. Oh, dang. She's on a roll. We trying to let her know she's doing too much, and this energy has to be stopped at some point. Now, turns out to be a flat tire, but of course it could have been worse. Could have been a car accident. It could have been anything, to where regardless of what it was, I would have known that it was all my fault and that I should have just followed the initial directions that dealt with being responsible, saving my energy and my time. So now I've wasted gas that I didn't need to waste. I bought extra stuff that I didn't need to buy. And now I have a flat tire that needs to be repaired if I still want to go on this trip on Thursday. Yeah. So I definitely wouldn't do anything like that now and moving forward. But yeah. That's a story that's equivalent to to a lot of the situations that I found myself in with my lack of awareness and in being irresponsible just because I didn't really know any better. So these are the reasons why I have become stingy and bougie with my time and energy. And I'm sure as I get older, it's only going to get worse. But whatever I am supposed to be putting my time and energy towards, I'm going to be much more, well, I'm already seeing that play out, but my energy is much more efficient. I have a better ability to execute things. I'm much more focused and disciplined and thorough and practical. And overall, I can just feel, instead of my energy being here, all of these different directions, it's like this full tank of energy is going directly into that situation that I'm dealing with at the time that I know is right for me and that requires me to have that type of energy and that amount of energy. And it feels good. It feels good to not be operating off of half a tank of energy or trying to do something that's important after doing a whole bunch of irresponsible running around and engaging in situations that have had no benefit. It feels good to be able to sit on my energy and my life force and to build it up and to have it ready and available when the right situations come into my reality. So I feel that it's definitely helpful, especially as you get older, because you're naturally going to feel those changes. And in understanding that your life force is everything when it comes to having the most rewarding experiences in your lifetime, you value it. And most people who understand that naturally want to have a better relationship with their bodies and with the energy that they have available. So I made all my points. And yeah, I hope that what I shared was made sense, and that it helped somebody out there. And thank you again to the sponsor of this video. Great question. And thank you all for tuning in and watching. Free your mind to shine. Until next time.